Hello or welcome back or welcome to my channel. It's Sunshine Lorena and this is my December TBR. I have a Christmassy jumper on, so this is the December TBR, guys. So just before we get into the TBR here, guys, I'm just going to quick let you know what's happening in December in general. So I am doing what I've done for the past 2 years. I am going to be vlogging. I'm doing the same way that I did it last year, in the sense I'm going to be 2 days at a time. So December 1st and 2nd are going to be in one vlog together on the 3rd. Then you're going to get a vlog on the 2 days later on the 5th, guys. That was so much math. 2 days later on the 5th, etc. so on and so forth, up until it works out fine up until 24th. I might do tag on the 25th. We're gonna have to wait and see how that works out. So you might get like a little 3-day squish together. We'll see how it is when it gets to that point. But in between there's gonna be other videos. So this is obviously my December TBR, guys. You're gonna be getting a book haul coming away, book on haul. I need to do some shelf reorganization because of those two things happening. There's gonna be, you know, tags, there's gonna be announcements, and towards the end of a kind of Vlogmas you're gonna get some of my end of year content, as in like best and worst books of the year. You're going to be getting like my kind of plans, kind of reacting to like past year, like did I meet my goals, that sort of stuff. So hit that subscribe button if you don't want to miss out on any content. But yes, you're going to be getting so much in December, but this is the first one, so let's just get into it. So I am just going to be giving you books that I am planning on reading in December. No games, just these are what I really want to read, because from January we're going to be switching up the TBR games, but you'll need to wait for the January TBR to see what's going to happen with that. First of all, what I've been doing when I've been starting these TBRs the last couple of months is I've been telling you if there's any books continuing on. So there is one book that I've been reading for the last few months. But I've decided to rain check it, and that is The Shadow of the Wind. Now, I've mentioned this in several videos in case you haven't seen them. I really enjoyed it. 5-star feels at the beginning of this, and I picked it up initially in September. October I focused on other things and read very little, and November I basically haven't touched it. And it's not that I don't want to read it, it's just I'm trying to focus. I've had to focus on some other books, and at this point it's been quite a while since I started it. I think I'd rather rain check it and come back to it in 2024 at some point. I don't know which month, we'll have to wait and see, and actually read it and read the whole thing at once, rather than, you know, this kind of dipping in and out. I'd rather actually have the time to sit down and read the whole thing. So it is being rain checked. I am coming back to this because it just, within those first few pages, 5-star feels, and I need to finish it and see if it actually is 5 stars. So that is one that I will not be reading in December. I've got a couple of books I'm going to take you through. There is also Christmas books, guys, because it's December, and these are going to be like Kindle Unlimited books, available on Kindle Unlimited, at least in the UK. I don't know in other countries. I've got quite a few of those. You know, you get busy at Christmas. I feel like Kindle books I get through quicker. I may find some bits and pieces on, I was going to say Scribd, it's not Scribd, the new name's Everent now. It's taken me a while to adjust to the new name, guys, but I'll probably listen to some Christmas books and stuff. But it's a very chilled TBR. I have a feeling that I'm not going to read any kind of 5-star-ish books this month. But I'll get to a certain point in the month where I'm going to be filming the best and worst books of the year. And at that point I'm probably just going to focus on like books that I think I'll enjoy, but not going to be 5 stars, because like it means they should be like in that video for this year. So try and avoid those when it comes to it. But first of all, I'm just going to start with a physical book. I only have one physical book on this TBR, and that is Little Women. And because it started at Christmas, guys, you know, this is on my 23 and 23 list, which, guys, I said like I thought I said 80%, guys, but I looked at my little thing and it's 85%, so it's worse than I thought it was going to be. When it comes up to, you know, my little kind of end of year or like looking at stuff, we'll discuss that then. But this is on that list, so if I could tick off at least another one of those books, that'd be good. But yes, it starts with Christmas, guys, so I feel like December's the time. I did try and start this a couple months ago, but it just wasn't the right time. But I feel like it's dark, it's gloomy, Christmassy, it starts at Christmas, this might be the time. And like I said, this is the only physical book that I'm planning on picking up in December. So because I've been really slow at physical books, and I think it's because I got my new Kindle, and when I like got that and I was reading the Kindle books, guys, it's just ruined my physical reading. It really has ruined my physical reading. But yes, it's Little Women. We follow four sisters, as you know, and it's set during the Civil War in America, and it's just kind of their lives as they're coming of age, growing up, etc. It's a classic, and yeah, I just want to really get through it. Then one that I am currently reading now in November, I'm filming this video on Sunday the 26th of November, and I'm only like 7% of the way through, so I do not know if I'm gonna finish this before the end of the month, and that is Legends and Lattes, which is a cozy fantasy that everyone loved like last year when they picked it up. And this is, I actually have an ARC copy, guys, from NetGalley that I got on the day that it was published, and I was like, yes, I'm gonna read this, but it just wasn't, it came at a time that I thought I wasn't getting it and I already had plans, and it's just been like the entire year I keep being like, I'm gonna pick it up. But cozy fantasy, it is again that time of the year where I feel like coziness, you know, so I think it's gonna be really good. But yeah, it's a cozy fantasy book. It is like, I'm at the very beginning, the kind of world building elements, but our main character, she's gonna be opening up a coffee shop, but like they don't know what coffee is. I don't know how she knows of coffee. I'm very at the beginning of this, so we're gonna see how it like kind of pans out. But it's supposed to be really cute, cozy, and the prequel was just published now in November as well, so if I like it, there is the prequel, guys. The other kind of arc that's on my NetGalley list is the Davenports, which came out in February, guys. I have like these three kind of arcs that are like behind in terms of like when I should have read them, and I kind of want to clear my TBR, and if I can clear, apart from the sequel to A Magic Steep and Poison, if I can clear them by the end of the year, that would be like fantastic. But the Davenports is like a historical YA romance. It's set in like the early 1900s, I think around 1910 in America, and it is we're following like a black family, and I think it's their maid and like a friend as well, I think is one of the main characters. So we're following like three young women as they're kind of coming to age and like the romances, but this family, the Davenports, are actually quite well off. So it was thanks to one of their, I think he was like 2 generations before was a slave, and he essentially, you know, was freed. He started this business, and now the family is like doing really well, which is not something that kind of at the time happened. They is based off of like a true like family as well, that in that time, yeah, so they were one of the few black families of immense wealth and status in the changing United States. The fortune made through the entrepreneurship of William Davenport, a formerly enslaved man who founded the Davenport Carriage Company years ago. So we're following Olivia, who's the eldest of the Davenport daughters, her younger sister Helen, and then Amy Rose, the childhood friend turned maid to the Davenport sisters, and then also Olivia's best friend Ruby. Yes, and it's inspired by the real life story of the Patterson family. So I think it's going to be really interesting. I've said this about every single time I've said I was going to read it. I did like start it, but at the time it wasn't the right time for me to pick it up. I wasn't like feeling it, so I rain checked it. But I think that now's the time, guys. I want to try and clear it by the end of the year. There is a sequel coming out in June called I just saw this now, the Davenports More Than This. So if I'm not going to read the synopsis because I don't want to ruin anything in the Davenports for myself. So if I like this one, then there is a sequel coming out next year, which will be really interesting. So that's it in terms of kind of the arcs, kind of the non kind of Christmassy books, with the exception kind of Little Women. But I have been slowly like adding to my Kindle Unlimited list, since I still have Kindle Unlimited at the moment, and I'm keeping it through the holiday season. I'm like really enjoying it, guys. I will be like, so I have a few books kind of on my list that I would love to get to if there is time. One of which is 5 Gold Rings by Kristen Bailey, and this one came out this year, so it is a new Christmas romance. It is set in London, this one. So 5 gold rings delivered to the wrong addresses, 5 Christmas proposals, and weddings ruined unless Eve can save the day. I'm not going to go to the full synopsis, but it is them kind of, Eve with her colleague Joe is going to be helping her kind of run across London, trying to kind of get these rings delivered on time for these Christmas proposals. It just sounds like it's going to be a really cute rom-com. Since it is a new book this year, obviously the Christmas Christmassy ones. Not people don't really tend to pick up the Christmas ones until December, so I know like nothing what people are thinking about this really. I mean, there's only 166 reviews, but it's a 4.5 average rating, which is really high. It is on Kindle Unlimited. It sounds super cute. It sounds like it could definitely be a Christmas film, so I am loving the sound of that. Then one that's also on my radar is "'Tis the Season for Revenge" by Morgan Elizabeth. Again, Kindle Unlimited, like I said, all of these are. I don't know why I keep saying that. Kindle Unlimited, guys. It has 17,821 ratings, an average 4.2, which again, really high, and that's a lot of ratings. So people seem to really like this one. It's not too long at 310 pages, and this one came out last year. So Abby Keller thought that Richard Bartholomew Benson III would be her forever. In their 4 years of dating, she never doubted that she wouldn't end up with his grandmother's engagement on her finger. Sure, she had to change a few things about herself to fit that mold, like dyeing her hair, dressing more conservatively, and finding golf enjoyable. Honestly, the most difficult of the changes. But she was sure at the end of it all, it would be worth it. That is, until he leaves her crying outside her apartment wearing a Halloween costume, having broken it off with her because she's just not serious enough. She was just fun, he tells her, and now that Richard has becoming a partner, that is bad grammar, guys, in this synopsis. Now that Richard is becoming a partner at his law firm in his sights, he needs to focus on work. So she does what every girl does when she's broken up. She calls her friends, gets drunk, dyes her hair, and formulates her plan for revenge. It just so happens that the universe supports her efforts and gives her the perfect match to prove to her ex that he made a huge mistake, his boss. Abby starts dating the founding partner of Richard's law firm, Damian Martinez, with one thing in mind: convincing him to invite her to the huge annual Christmas party as his date. But when the relationship starts to become something more than casual dating, and Abby sees that the tough New York lawyer has a soft side, will she be able to follow through with her plan of deceit? It is a Grumpy Sunshine, age gap, Christmas romance, and that sounds like so much fun. I kind of like the idea that it's like in the lead up to Christmas, so this might be one of the first ones I pick up, because yeah, just to kind of build to the Christmas vibes. But it sounds fun, guys. It sounds really fun, and it'll be hilarious to see if she gets to the party and what actually happens. I then have, I'm not going to go through all these synopsises, but I have 2 Catherine Walsh Christmas books on my list. So there is Snowden, which is a fake dating, forced proximity romantic comedy. Old friends, fake flames, new feelings is what is the kind of basic premise here, and I think it just looks like it's going to be really fun. The second one by her that I have is Holiday Romance, which is a romantic comedy. Again, what other details can give you? So she's meant to be catching flights, not catching feelings. So Molly and Andrew are just trying to get home to Ireland for the holidays when a freak storm grounds their flight. This is, I think, I'm not going to go through the whole synopsis, but this is where I think every year they end up on the same flight going home, and they're just like kind of friends. Nothing romantic's happened between them for all of these years. So they're always getting this last flight from Chicago to Dublin together every single Christmas. And it says this drinking terrible airplane wine and catching up in each other's lives. So it's kind of like once a year catch up on this flight back. So the whole premise of this is that she is not that bothered about Christmas. He's super bothered. And she just decides, you know what, I'm going to help you. We're going to get you home for Christmas. Rather than doing the sensible thing and just celebrating together in America, she's like, I'm going to get you home to Ireland for Christmas. So this is like the race to them to get to Ireland. How they're going to do this, if this was supposed to be the last flight, who knows. But it sounds like it's going to be fun. And that's what we need at Christmas time. I have Christmas in Quincy, which is part of The Edens by Devaney Perry. I read one of those ones earlier this year in my reading books that feels like Girl More Girls. And this is just like a quick short novella. It doesn't involve any of the main siblings, but I thought, you know, it's nice to see something in that world. And I feel like it'd be good Christmassy vibes. So yes, it's essentially fun. I have a Christmas mystery on this list as well, The Mystery of Mistletoe Hall, a standalone 1920s Christmas mystery, and it sounds like it's gonna be fun again. So that is why it's on this list. Other ones, guys, like I have like so many, I do this all the time, I save so many books on my Kindle Unlimited list, and who knows if I'll actually get to all of these. I would like to try and start Magnolia Parks by Jessica Hastings, but that may be a 2024 January thing. We'll need to wait and see if I have time, but if I can start that'd be really fun. But early on, in case it's going to be like a favourite of the year. Not Christmassy, but I just saw that as I was scrolling through my list here. I do have a short story, which I feel like I'm going to get to this one. It's Resting Scrooge Face. Sorry, I just love that title, A Resting Scrooge Face, by Megan Quinn, and it's a short story. It's only, does it tell me? It just says it's a short story. I have no idea how many pages it is. It doesn't actually tell me how long it is, but it's a short story, guys, so like maybe 50 pages or something. But honestly, just added it to my list because of the title. Like, Resting Scrooge Face, you have convinced me to pick you up, but it is like a rom-com vibe. It is like a rom-com vibes, so I should get to that one. I have The Night Before Christmas, like as in night, as in like a knight that like saves damsels in distress. But guys, that's all the ones we're going to speak about. I have so many on that list. We'll just have to wait and see which ones I pick up. But those, the novella and the short story, definitely. 5 Gold Rings, this sounds like it's going to be such a fun comedy. We'll just need to wait and see which ones I pick up. But yeah, so keep up with me. You're going to get so much like Christmassy content. I love Christmas. Like, I just cannot wait, guys. I cannot wait. I love it. Hopefully I will get a decent amount of reading done in December. Let's see, because I'm super busy. But thank you so much for watching this. Hit that like button, hit subscribe if you do not want to miss out on any more content from me, especially since there is so much coming your way now in December. And yeah, leave a comment, let me know what your Christmas reading plans are, and I will hopefully see you in the next one. Bye!